good morning. Happy Tuesday, April 22nd. Quick shout out to my little brother, Caleb. Happy birthday to you, Caleb. We're very, very pleased that you joined us this morning on the Community Voice. We're honored this morning to share the story of Josh Waldrep, a bright, joyful young man who, despite being diagnosed with cyclic vomiting syndrome at just 6 years old, never let his health challenges define him. Known for his big smile and unwavering optimism, Josh's legacy lives on through the Josh Waldrep Foundation, created in his memory after his passing in 2022. This Thursday, April 25th, the community is invited to the Live Like Josh events. And that will be a 5K, a 1.1 mile walk, and a kids touchdown dash. All proceeds, of course, will go towards supporting children with CVS, the Cyclic Vomiting Syndrome, and provide scholarships for Carrollton High School students and UWG athletic staff. If you didn't know Josh, you've known someone like him, even if you didn't. Let's come together to live like Josh. We're very pleased today to have Josh's father, P.T. Waldrep, with us in the studio this morning. This morning's program is currently being live streamed on our WLBB News Talk 1330 Facebook page. So if you have any questions or comments for our guests, please feel free to hop in the chat, and I'd be pleased to read those out to him. Good morning, P.T. How are you, sir?
I am well, thank you.
Thank you again for waking up bright and early and joining us on the program. If you could, before we get into stories about Josh and about the upcoming event, if you could tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, Karen and I, my wife, we both grew up here in Carrollton. We were Carrollton High School graduates. I went to University of West Georgia, graduated from West Georgia College. It wasn't a university when I was there. It was just a college. Karen went to Georgia. We had a couple of stints in other places, and then we moved back to Carrollton to raise our kids. In addition to Josh, we have a daughter, Ellie. She is a third year at the University of Georgia now, and that's it. I have a local business here in Carrollton, we have pretty strong ties to the community.
So you say that Ellie is at UGA currently?
She is. She's in her third year at Georgia.
All right, go Dogs.
Yes.
How about it?
Yeah,
that's great. Excellent. Well, if you don't mind, maybe we could take some steps back and tell listeners a bit about Josh, both before his diagnosis and perhaps we could share a bit of the story about the experience you had with Josh and his struggles with CVS.
So, as a child, Josh was initially diagnosed as failure to thrive, which is just a big pool. They throw a lot of people into that, and it was because he wasn't eating. We were having trouble keeping stuff down with him eating. So then we started digging further, trying to figure out what was going on. And you know what? We started doing all these tests, and every test would come back negative, and we were like, great, he doesn't have that. But then we got to the point where like, well, what is it? So at 6 years old, he was diagnosed with CVS, which stands for Cyclic Vomiting Syndrome. Not too many people are familiar with CVS, but we have pleasantly been surprised since we have started bringing some more awareness to CVS of the people that have reached out to us that have said, hey, my child has that, or he has that. So CVS is similar to migraine headaches, but it's abdominal migraines. It's migraines, in your stomach, and they're just debilitating. It's one of the saddest things to see somebody that's going through a CVS. We call it a cycle. The cycles could last from a day, 2 days, 3 days. He had some that were 10 to 12 days long. He would have to be hospitalized a lot to receive fluids and pain medication to get over the cycle.
Would he have to receive additional nutrients to make sure he's getting enough?
He would get dehydrated a lot. We'd have to give him nutrients, IV fluids. Basically, similar to a migraine headache, the way that you get out of a cycle is, if he was at home, he wanted to be in bed, lights out. He wanted a fan running to drown out all the noise. The room as dark as you could get it, and basically just sleep it off.
And this was something that, and you say that this was originally diagnosed at age 6.
Yes.
Well, tell us a bit about his spirit. This is a tall order to be to have to deal with this at that age, and of course, as a loving and supportive family, doing everything you can to make it as easy as possible. But tell us a bit about his spirit, the spirit he maintained throughout this.
So this is part of what made Josh so special. Most people that had a debilitating chronic illness like this, would be depressed and just, be so upset, down all the time. Josh had the absolute best outlook on life. If you didn't know he had CVS through us, you would not have known that he had it, because once the cycle was over, he never said, poor me. He never, asked for, special treatment because he was sick. He had the biggest smile. He had the biggest laugh. He was the happiest go-lucky kid that you've ever been around. And it was, we appreciated that at the time, but we didn't truly appreciate it as much as I think we should have. We always knew how special and how fortunate we were that God, blessed him with that attitude. But looking back, it was extremely special.
And it's an inspiration to many. As we know, there's a very large community of individuals who suffer from either chronic pain, chronic diseases, and it's honestly, it takes living examples like Josh, who has come along and experienced these things and maintained a positive and happy spirit that gives courage and strength to others that are suffering. And how often would these cycles be?
You know what? Sometimes we'd have a cycle one week, we'd have 2 or 3, 4 days, 7 days okay, and bam, he'd be right back into another cycle. Later on, it got to where we could manage them better, and, sometimes they were a month, 2 months apart. I would say probably the longest we ever went without a cycle was maybe 3 months. Usually it was, if it wasn't monthly, it was every other month.
For folks that are just tuning in, we're speaking with P.T. Waldrep, father of Josh Waldrep, as we discuss the founding of the Josh Waldrep Foundation in honor of Josh's passing in 2022. Of course, we're talking about the upcoming event here this Thursday, April 25th, the Live Like Josh event. So definitely don't miss out on that. So his life was brought to an untimely end, too short. Could you speak to us a bit about that, as much as you can, of course?
So it was November of 2022. I was actually going out of the country the next day to leave to go out of the country. My wife and I were actually at Lake Wedowee. We had some construction going on down there. We were checking stuff out. Josh called me. I was talking to him on the phone. He was actually out at some farmland we have on Tyash Road, and he said, "Hey, the neighbors are riding 4-wheelers, next to us, and they just saw me. I'm walking over there to talk to them." So I was talking to him, and he fell, and I thought he must have tripped over something. And I said, hello, Josh, you there? Well, the next thing I know, the neighbor picks the phone up and says, hello. And I'm like, hey, this is Josh's dad. Is he okay? And they said, no, he's not. And he pretty much passed away there. We brought him back. He was on life support for 8 days, but he had lack of oxygen for too long, and we had to take him off life support.
And his passing was directly correlated with the CVS?
So we can't tell you it was directly correlated, but one of the biggest things with CVS is you're dehydrated a lot. With all the vomiting, the throwing up, you get dehydrated a lot. His potassium was extremely low when this happened, and the doctors told us that potassium being that low is sort of like flipping a light switch. You can arrest just like Josh did. So we could have done some autopsies and things to maybe have gotten deeper into it, but we didn't want to. So we think it's correlated to how sick he had been.
Absolutely a contributing factor. I mean, the stress that his body would be under after these cycles, I can't imagine. How old was Josh when he passed?
Josh was 25 when he passed. He looked like he was about 16 years old. He was always young, and he was thin and small from, so he was 25, but he looked like he was 16, maybe 18 years old.
Yeah, which I think is, just a testament to his forever youthful and loving spirit. We're going to go and take our first commercial break. When we come back, we will continue our conversation with father of Josh Waldrep, P.T. Waldrep, as we discuss the founding of the Josh Waldrep Foundation in memory after Josh's passing in 2022, and of course discuss the upcoming Live Like Josh event coming up this Thursday, April 25th, a 5K, 1.1 mile walk, and a kids touchdown dash. All proceeds support children with cyclic vomiting syndrome and provide scholarships for Carrollton High School students and UWG athletic event staff. So you do not want to miss the rest of this program. Community Voice, brought to you by Tanner Health System and Oak Mountain Academy.
The AP Scholar Journey at Oak Mountain Academy is designed to provide students with a clearly defined advanced placement curriculum track to earn a series of distinctions upon graduation. This journey enables academically prepared students to pursue college-level studies throughout 17 AP courses in 5 subject categories while enrolled at OMA. I'm Patrick Uran, head of school, inviting you to journey with us on the mountain. For more information, visit us at oakmountain.us. Discover your journey at OMA. Prepare, explore, and achieve.
Consider the Mobius strip. Take a strip of paper, twist it, connect the ends. This connection forms a continuous loop. Seamless, infinite. That's how your healthcare should be too. At Tanner Health, the Mobius is our symbol and our promise, representing our continuum of care and our commitment that the services you need will be here for you always. We're not just changing healthcare, we're redefining it. See more at tanner.org.
We're back to Community Voice. I'm your host, Josh Engel. Today is Tuesday, April 22nd. And if you're just tuning in, this morning's program with P.T. Waldrep, father of beloved Josh Waldrep, who passed away in 2022 and is the namesake of the Josh Waldrep Foundation. This program is being live streamed this morning on our WLBB News Talk 1330 Facebook page. So if you have any questions or comments for our guest, P.T. Waldrep, feel free to throw those in the chat. Any words of encouragement. And of course, if you could, be sure to share this live stream on your Facebook page to spread awareness about the upcoming event this Thursday, April 25th, the 3rd annual Live Like Josh event, a 5K, 1.1 mile walk, and kids touchdown pass with proceeds supporting children with CVS, and as well as providing scholarships for Carrollton High School students and UWG athletics event staff. In the last segment, we spoke a bit about the history of Josh and his diagnosis, his passing, and of course now we get to the part of the story where the pain and the hardship was parlayed into something positive to help change lives. How long after Josh's passing did the idea to create a foundation in his honor come about?
So Josh passed away November 17th of 22. Our first Live Like Josh event was April of 23. So 6 months later is when we had the first event. I don't know. Right at the beginning of the year of 23, I was like, I don't know if there's anything more difficult to go through in life than losing a child. It's you're not supposed to bury your children. I didn't want his legacy to be lost. I didn't want the remembrance of Josh, and his memories to go away. He was such a special, special kid. Yes, I'm biased, but anybody that knows him would tell you that. So I wanted to do something to bring awareness. So that's when Karen and my wife Karen is actually at Carrollton High School presenting the Josh Waldrep Scholarship at a breakfast this morning. That's why she's not here with me. She's presenting the scholarship this morning.
Well, that's wonderful. Shout out to Karen. We're proud of you. You're going to do a great job.
So So we wanted to do something to bring awareness. Josh worked at in the athletic operations building, the AOB in the Coliseum at the college. The university was absolutely wonderful to Josh. Josh obviously missed a lot of work because of his CVS cycles, and they worked with him every way they could. Never made him feel bad because he was sick, because he was out. His boss Trent, I can't tell you how many times I'd see Trent and I'm like, Trent, thank you so much for, working with Josh, Trent and Jeremy. And I remember one time Trent saying, PT, Josh is the hardest working person that I have here. When he gets here, he does not stop. And I was like, oh, thank you. And he's like, no, I'm serious.
These weren't just platitudes.
When he's here, he works hard. So a lot of the people Josh worked with were students at the school. They were like me. They were having to pay their way through college. I had a couple of jobs the whole time I was in college. These kids were the same way. So we're like, you know what? Josh loved the AOB building. He loved the Coliseum, the university. Why don't we start with a scholarship at the college? So that's where it started, and we were like, you know what? Let's focus it towards kids that are working at the athletic operations building or the Coliseum, because they're working, they need the money. So that's where we started. We started with one in 22, and now we have 2 scholarships. We just awarded the last 2 in February at the university, and we have one at the high school too.
Wow. Okay, so I think it's a blessing too, because this is specifically for, of course, for Carrollton High School students, but you were specifying the athletics event staff at West Georgia, and I imagine that is a group that probably didn't have a lot of scholarship opportunities. Of course, players, folks in the other fields, but that's very amazing to be able to turn around and show that love back to the staff that showed him so much love and respect.
That's what we wanted to do, exactly. And we're all for the 4.0 32 ACT student, but we wanted to give to the students that were having to help work their way through school, and we knew they needed they could use the extra funds to help get through school.
So what year was the first scholarship?
23
Wow,
was the first.
So the year after.
Mm-hmm. We did it the year after. Gosh, it wasn't even a year after we had lost Josh that we awarded the first scholarship in 23, and then February 24 and 25, and we've done the scholarships at halftime of the basketball games. And I'll tell you a good story about that. Year before last, we were getting ready to award the scholarships, and we invited friends and family to come to the basketball game. We awarded the scholarships, and then we invited the friends and family to come down and take a picture with us. It was pretty much the entire audience and fans that were at the game came down, and took the picture. And they're on our website, livelikejosh.net. It's been humbling, the community support that we have received, and it's just a testament to what a unbelievable, awesome young man Josh was.
So the University Athletics Department and the Carrollton High School, I imagine they received this news incredibly well in terms of wanting to put together a scholarship opportunity.
Yes.
Did they provide, a lot of support as far as putting this together?
I can't tell you how much support they have provided. It's been overwhelming, and especially the college, because that's where we have the event. And Josh, I have been overwhelmed with the people that have come up to Karen and I and told us about a conversation, a relationship that they had with Josh that we knew nothing about. The university has just been over backwards. We have the event at the stadium. They open it up. They have staff there to help get everything together. Right now we have over 260 people that are signed up for the event. We have between, each year we've had 250 to 300 plus people there.
Wow. And
it has been overwhelming, and the support that we've received from the university has has been humbling, to say the least.
What an amazing turnout. So the third annual Live Like Josh event is this Thursday, April
Yes.
25th. If you could, before we take our last commercial break, let people know what they can expect at this event, should they like to come out and participate.
So, the first year it was a 5K. Well, you know what? We had a lot of people that wanted to participate, that wanted to be a part of it, that couldn't run a 5K, including myself.
Right here, yeah, same.
So we have a 1.1 mile walk. We started a touchdown for Josh, Kids Dash as we call it, where they're going to run the football field. There's going to be football players out there, some of the UWG football players. We've got some little plastic footballs, throw footballs with the kids. We've tried to turn it into more of an event than just a 5K. We have a lot of people that just come and, they're there. We have we'll have a DJ out there playing music. Woofy from the college will be there. It's just an event to appreciate, to honor Josh, and what a great young man that he was.
A fitting tribute. This is your opportunity. Visit livelikejosh.net where you can register for the event. And I mean, this is going to be a positive, happy, wonderful event. I'm sure it's each year that spirit has become more palpable, that positivity, which in the end, it appears to be very much the essence of who Josh was as a person, a loving, strong, powerful figure. Time is 8:52. We're going to go ahead and knock out our last commercial break, but when we come back, we'll wrap up our conversation with P.T. Waldrep, father of Josh Waldrep, the namesake of the Josh Waldrep Foundation, as we continue to discuss the upcoming this Thursday's Live Like Josh event, the third annual Live Like Josh event. Of course, visit livelikejosh.net for more information. Community Voice brought to you by Tanner Health System and Oak Mountain Academy.
The customized academic scholar journey at Oak Mountain Academy is individually designed to provide students with a personalized, clearly defined academic track that earns the student a series of distinctions upon graduation. This journey enables academically driven students to pursue a focused, rigorous course of study personalized to their wants and desires. I'm Patrick Uran, head of school, inviting you to journey with us on the mountain. For more information, visit us at oakmountain.us. Discover your journey at OMA. Prepare, explore, and achieve.
Consider the Mobius strip. Take a strip of paper, twist it, connect the ends. This connection forms a continuous loop. Seamless, infinite. That's how your healthcare should be too. At Tanner Health, the Mobius is our symbol and our promise, representing our continuum of care and our commitment that the services you need will be here for you always. We're not just changing healthcare, we're redefining it. See more at tanner.org.
And we're back to Community Voice. I'm your host, Josh Engel. Today is April 22nd. Just a quick reminder that this morning's episode with the awesome P.T. Waldrep, father of Josh Waldrep, the namesake, the Josh Waldrep Foundation, has been live streamed on our WLBB News Talk 1330 Facebook page. So if you have any questions, last-minute questions or comments for P.T., please feel free to hop in the chat, and I'd be happy to read those out to him. Otherwise, please share, spread the word, share this video on your social media, spread the word about the Live Like Josh event. That is the third annual Live Like Josh event coming up this Thursday, April 25th. And what time does that event kick off?
So we kick off at 6 o'clock. We recommend people get there around 5:30. Anybody that's currently registered can go to Soul Roots, the run and shoe store by Food Depot, and they can go ahead and pick their shirt up. They can pick their number up if they're running, walking, etc. So they can do that now until the morning of Thursday morning of the event. Anybody that is not able to make it to Soul Roots, then they can get there early, 5:30. I would suggest on Thursday.
Absolutely. Get there a little early. Get to Soul Roots. You can get your T-shirt. And just a quick reminder again, to register for the event, you can visit livelikejosh.net. The proceeds, how much is it to register?
So it's $30, and that includes a T-shirt for registration. And it's less for the kids event.
Sure.
And I should have already had those amounts in front of me, and I didn't.
No worries at all. While you're looking that up, this is just a reminder that the Live Like Josh event is going to be a few different events in one. It's going to be a big community event. It's just sort of grown that way. So there will be a 5K, which you can register for. And, of course, for folks who cannot run a 5K like myself, there will be a 1.1 mile walk and a kids touchdown dash. Just a quick reminder that all proceeds will be supporting children with cyclic vomiting syndrome, as well as providing scholarships for Carrollton High School students and UWG athletic staff.
$20 for the touchdown dash. The kids, $20 for the 25 for the 1.1 mile walk, and 30 for the 5K.
Perfect. So 30 for the 5K, 25 for the 1.1 mile walk, and 20 for the kids touchdown dash, which sounds so fun. I mean, the kids are going to have a blast at the touchdown dash. But this is your opportunity to register. You go to liveLikeJosh.net, and of course, all the proceeds are going towards benefiting children and families, the families of children with CVS, and of course, provide scholarships for Carrollton High School students and UWG athletic staff. In the 3 minutes we have left, are there any final words you'd like to share with the community? Anything upcoming after this event that perhaps you want to plug, or just share some thoughts with the community?
We just want to say thank you. We have been absolutely overwhelmed at the community support that we have received. Obviously from some of our friends and family, we knew they would be part of it, but it has been overwhelming from people that we don't know, from other businesses, and just the community in general. And it's very touching, and it's helped us get through an extremely difficult time and situation. And we feel fortunate to be able to raise this money to give back in our community. It all stays here in the community. It's not the Red Cross going to another state. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it stays in our communities to support others.
It's a tremendous thing. Parlaying pain and hardship into something positive and proactive for the community. We have a lot of guests that come on this show, and I think consistently the most impressive are individuals who have gone through a lot, that have more often than not lost someone very special to them, but often in very difficult ways. But they take those experiences and turn around and put together something for the community that would make their person proud, whoever it might be. I have no doubt in my mind that Josh would be incredibly proud of what you and Karen and Ellie and everybody else, the family, has put together here to make this happen. So where can folks learn more about Live Like Josh?
livelikejosh.net. If you go to the website, we have information about CVS, Cyclic Vomiting Syndrome. There's a link to the CVSA.org website. There's information about how Josh lived his life, which is a testament to anybody that in good times or bad, they should live their life that way too.
Absolutely. PT, thank you so much for joining us on the program this morning.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Well, and everybody tuning in today, don't forget this Thursday, April 25th, the Live Like Josh, the third annual Live Like Josh event. It's going to be kicking off at 6 o'clock. You can show up early at Soul Roots around 5:30. Pick up your shirt if you haven't already. For more information, visit livelikejosh.net. Thank you to everyone who tuned in with us. We'll see you next time.